Good morning everybody, my name is Osa. We are playing FS19 on Oakfield farm. It is 8:21 on the first day of late spring and it looks like we have some plans. I'm sure I just fed that bowl. Dude, you're eating too fast. Oh, and I should probably check on any miles. They have stuff. We're going to have to get to them a little bit later. How's these guys doing? Yeah, sugar beets, clover hay. We're probably going to have to buy some clover hay because we don't have any and it's not ready yet. Well, actually, it's going to take a while to get ready because I'm assuming you have to let it dry like grass. So we do not have a significant amount of liquid fertilizer lying around on the farm. Ooh, nice panoramic view on this. So this is the Valtra G, late addition by Giants to the mod hub. And fits nicely between the Valtra A, which doesn't have a front 3-point and is a little bit light, and the Valtra N, which has all the just took your driver's door mirror off. The Valtra N, which has a higher engine rating. Similar size, I think, only slightly bigger. I mean, the Valtra N, though it goes up to 200 horsepower, is definitely a light tractor. And this one's a bit cheaper too. Game model comes in this sort of army green, which we kept. And this is basically my dedicated sprayer. We may use it later to top the sugar beets and potatoes. Captain Zank, good morning, welcome to Saturday stream. I am doing okay. Oops. Getting frustrated behind this cement mixer. So I did have plans to cut the real grass today, but unfortunately it looks like it's going to rain, so that may not be a happening thing. And Girlchild had a birthday party last night at a friend's place, so she's probably not going to get up for a few hours yet. So it should be fairly peaceful. Mrs. Osa's getting over her sickness, so we will probably have the kids next weekend. And outside of that, someone could do with cutting all the grass around here. It's a little excessive, I guess. Right, let's order the tank of fertilizer. Oh, there we go. Okay, so we need to move the tractor over there. And I probably need to get out of the cab so I can see what I'm doing. Squeak. Get all stuck up on the wheels as well. Okay, that should connect to there. And I can't remember the controls, so excuse me. Okay. Get a little bit closer. We're going to have to detach that pump up, that pipe, aren't we? Okay. Oops. Just dent his gate, why not? Connect that to there. Select the rear tank. There we go. Pump. So we should end up with about 2,231 litres, 210. Jump that off. Jump out again. And we can just drag this. Oops. Back over here and try not to do the magic flying trick. So using the manure system does kind of slow things down. Turn that off again. But it's a thing, so... Oh, that's the wrong one. There we go. So, how are you doing, Captain Zank? You've not been around for a couple of weeks, I think. Last week was just long hauler. And we did a ton of pottering around the farm. Unfortunately, at the moment, we're really stuck with tasks to do. Using the, what is it, precision farming mod means that there's very little in the way of fertilizing to do throughout the year. So it's pretty much once you're done with that first application, you're completely done. The only thing left to do is contract fertilizing, which isn't too bad. At least now, because this map does have a lot of... oh, that's... okay. Interesting stuff in that field. But yeah, pretty much all of the fields are now contractable, so we have lots of other stuff we can do around the map, and we can visit places we have literally never seen before. I've done a lot of work on the fields up over near the castle, what's it, animal dealer. But am I running arrows here? I can't remember. Oh yeah, those are arrows. I don't expect this job to take too long. It is going to take a while because this is a big field. And we're going to get paid nicely for it. So I could have pulled out our slurry tank and used the digestate for this. And it would have been totally free to work, but maybe not. Just on the other side of the hedge to our right is our field of clover, which is still waiting for it to become harvestable. Okay, and here we are. We can jump out, zoom out, unfold. Whoa, that's way too much zooming. Probably should have lengthened the arms on this sprayer because we're running bare minimum, and partly because our fields, some of our fields are tiny, and I find all of them have stuff around them, so I generally find it's just easier to use the shorter boom. It takes longer, but it's not like we have a great rush to complete stuff, but you don't get tied up on trees and stuff like that. So 2,230. If we do end up emptying this quickly, which is entirely possible, we are on sprayer. There we go, that's better. Activate automatic. Yeah, so we're on manual spreading at the lowest possible rate, which is fine. And I do like that we can, contracts are now treated much like base game fields. So you get the opportunity to fertilize them up to 3 times, which means more contracts, more income. This is going to put us on about £300,000 minus what we spend on the liquid fertilizer. But yeah, if we do end up emptying this, probably take the Fent down to the store with the Johnston trailer, and we'll load up with a couple of clover hay bales as well for the sheep. So I think we have one of those left. No, clover hay? Let's turn that on and... Oh no, normal hay. We can do normal hay. We have normal hay. We have clover silage, so that's good too. I think maybe we're okay with bales right this minute. It's just the liquid fertilizer we are. Gee. We're chomping through that rather quickly. This is what? Gone through to there. We're through 20% of it almost already, nearly 25. %25 on one edge, so yeah, this is going to take a lot of fertilizer, which is why they're paying us 45,000 to do it. Maybe we'll make it once round the field before we run out. How about that? %7 done. Seven, 12, 14. So we need to go about 14 tanks of fertilizer for that? No. 14 times 25%. 14 is 3. About 3.5 tanks, I would reckon. Ow. That's a little bit of a lot. Still, tanks of fertilizer are only, what, 3,200. So it's going to cost us maybe 15,000 in fertilizer. Probably not that much, but we'll probably spend that amount just so that we've got some left over for ourselves. Although we don't need any right now. And we're not going to need any till spring. That's, as I said, that's one of the advantages with precision farming. You're just putting stuff on the field, and with the spreader and sprayer, it's metered, so you only put down as much as you need. If I took this out to any of our fields now and tried to spray our fields, it wouldn't spray anything. All our fields are at the very least optimized. No, all of our fields are optimized or over-fertilized. Over-fertilized is a problem. And that's, I think, our clover for the most part, because we ploughed in grass which added nitrogen to the field. And then stupidly I spread liquid manure on every single field, which over-fertilized those fields. So when I came to seeding them, at that point the game says, oh, that's a bit too much. What's this? Oh, this is... What's this? This is the road. Silly. Because one of the other things I could consider is putting a front loader down on, or a forklift down at the store. That is a very useful thing to do. For our part, we've just got to wait down there. So whenever we turn up with the front loader tractor, we can use their weight. We don't have to figure out a way of shipping our weights from the farm. Also not too concerned with Oh, and I could put this on a worker, have the worker do it while I ran down to the store to get more. But yeah, this is going to take not all day to do. What was the other contract that was paying? Oh, baling. Baling 13. Where is 13? Oh, there's 14. Oh, there's 13. Over there. Behind the sawmill. So probably I'm not going to bother with the baling contract. Well, I can't do a baling contract right now because I don't have the baling equipment, because I haven't figured out how I'm going to, what works. Now, I did add a mod this morning. Bale wrapper extension, I think, which basically says that it enables any wrapper in game and DLC to wrap Clover. And that's one of the concerns I have. Did I enable it? I can't remember if I enabled it. I should have done. But I kind of want to have the baling equipment that we had last time. So standard square baler and the Anderson extractor wrapper. And one of my concerns is the Anderson wrapper won't work on Clover or alfalfa, just on grass. So if this bale extension actually works on it, then that will be a good thing. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 should be done. Nice. And how are we doing? 770, so we have about 25% of the tank left. The tank we bought as opposed to the stuff we have in the tank. I can't tell, so this is going to be a big giant guess. What I'm probably going to do is just drive straight lines across the field now. Looks like I might be overlapping quite heavily on the left side. As I said, I could stick this on a worker and just have the worker go backwards and forwards while we run down to the store. But I think I'm kind of okay using up the time. Probably get 4 pallets of liquid fertilizer. I might need a pipe as well. So we used up 3/4 of a tank for the entire field, or the entire perimeter of the field. And we're 28% done, so we're nearly a third. Maybe my math is bad. So this could put us up to 35 before we exhaust the contents. And if that's true, I only need 2 more tanks. Don't think There's no more fertilising contracts than weeding contract. I honestly don't know how that works with seasons. So where's 35? 35 is that one. And you look at the amount of weeds on it, unless I have to drag the entire field, which is possible. All I have to do is remove the weeds that are on the fields, then that gets kind of interesting. And we don't really have a weeder for that level of what do you call it? That capacity of work. Our weeder is, if I bought it, I don't know. I do not have the weeder yet. Okay, when's... And... right about there. So yeah, if I got a weeder, we would be getting the field harrow, which is me going crazy. Weeders. This thing. It's only 3 or 4 meters wide, but that's all we really need to spot weed grass fields, which is what we've used it for so far. And again, since this is a map restart, we don't have much in the way of established weeds. They're slowly going to become a problem. And maybe next year I will treat the fields with herbicide, because the weeds get progressively worse. It remembers where you have weeds, and then you harvest, and the weeds that you had will re-establish very, very quickly. But treating for them doesn't really help until you have crop in, because the protection is, up to the next harvest. So if we treat the crop if we treat the crop like this crop is established, then if I run herbicide over the entire field, it will never grow weeds until the harvest. And as soon as it harvests, you'll get patches of weeds establishing themselves again almost immediately. But I have a suspicion that if I cultivate the field, sprayed herbicide, it would kill the weeds that are there. But then when I plant the crop, that resets the sort of weed setting. Oh, we could science that on one of our fields, I guess. So we'll run this over to the edge and park it up here. And go find our